Boom, baby. It's Mimi with the Mimi Show. And as you always know, the Mimi Show is brought to you by viewers like you with the love and support of you guys and the love and support of Lil Skunky Products, Jameson, and John and Vernice with JV Media Productions. Today, we have Omar. Oh my God. From Omar Rolled It or Omar Rolls It or just it's he's I've been watching you, Omar, for some time through the Instagram, and then I thought I saw you at two events, but I didn't speak because I just like a little kitty, let me take my time.
It's all good.
But what you do is you roll custom tips to go inside the glass, and you do custom tips for joints, and
Yep.
you're about to have a collaboration with Hashies and a bunch of people, and you're just rolling for real.
Yeah, really, right? Like literally and figuratively.
Literally. How if I can start with my first question.
Yeah, go
Wait, my
for it.
hair's is being crazy. What the heck? Like, I've seen what you do. You make the Hello Kitties, you make stars, you make intricate flowers. I paid $6 for a raw flower cone. They have it
Yeah.
in the little tube thing, and it's one cone for $6. And you make those though. You know how to make those. What got you into it? How is it that you are so good? Did you put your 10,000 hours in? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
did actually, I did. It has been the years. You do have to do that. Like you can start and try out, but it does take a few years to get it go up and running. But it started for me because, for me, this is medicine, right? So at one point I had my anxiety was so bad that I couldn't roll my own joints. But I thought, you know what? I have to. I got to force myself to do it. So I did it. And I thought, oh, damn, I'm pretty good at this. Like, this is pretty nice. I started getting good, doing it over and over. And then I stumbled across organic tips on Instagram, the wooden tips. I don't know if you guys can see these. But I thought
Yes.
these are perfect for rolling. And when I got them, I thought, I can put something in here that's cool. Maybe I'll do a little heart. And the little heart was cool. So I put it on the internet and it just blew up. And I thought, cool, I like to do art. I got crafts, little things. So why not
That's right. You
step
got
it
a
up a little
3D
bit?
printer, got all that.
Yeah. And I started doing it. And I like to make them perfect, right? So they're just like symmetrical and
Yeah.
nice. And everybody, you guys are so great and supportive. People start telling me, hey, man, can I buy them? Can you sell them?
That's right.
And just like that, my Etsy page blew up and I just get orders left and right. And because of the community, like it's a business. I've turned it, it's a business. I'm
That's
doing this
right.
for work. I got a shop and the goal is to have an actual shop and have people come in, roll, get whatever products. So it's doing great.
Are you gonna have like people that you teach your craft that roll like you roll?
Yeah, I
Like
do that.
this is the Omar rolling lesson, and they all know how to roll like me, and so you can outsource some of your work because I mean you're just gonna keep growing.
Yeah, that's actually the plan because I did start wanting to do a lot of rolling and I still do. It's great. But ever since I've been on the internet, I've done the shop events. So I'm on the
Mhm.
road back and forth. So on the internet, on lives. So I really don't have as much time to roll. But I do a lot of lessons. So I
Yeah.
do one-on-ones, groups, and then I do teach the way that I roll. Because everybody does it differently, but I do it my way, and I do just show everybody exactly how to do it. Because there's some techniques that keep the heart. I know we kind of touched on that a little bit earlier. I don't give all the
Mhm.
sauce away, but I
Right.
definitely like to teach everybody because you should be able to do it, and you can. It's cheaper, it's better, it's fun. Not to take away work from any of the rollers. There's
But it is
professional
part of the
rollers out there.
ritual to
It
roll
is.
your when you
Yeah.
roll in your joint. It's part of the process and the little ritual of getting yourself ready to go ahead and smoke.
Right.
I got busy hands. My doctor told me you got busy hands, and I'm like, yes, I do. So I love things that are repetitive in my hands. And then if I got a boyfriend or something, I'm always holding hands, grabbing them, touching them, something. I
Yeah.
got busy hands. So and I'm like, well, maybe he can teach me and teach us how to make something with the tips. And I saw you teach how to make a heart, and I just have a regular little poker,
Yeah.
a regular rub poker, and you used like a little metal stick. And so I've watched some of your videos, and I've seen you work live, but like I said, I stay away. I just try to let things flow naturally.
Yeah.
But the way you roll your joints is so perfect.
You
It's
think so? Thank
perfect.
you. I appreciate that. I tried.
There's no, see, my joints used to look like Cheetos,
All right.
and now they look like better, like more like cones, but it's still a space inside. I'm afraid of overstuffing,
It's possible.
and I'm afraid that there won't be air enough to flow, and I'm afraid of over grinding. So I have all these fears that have kept me from making the perfect joint. But maybe today I can do it. I got my
Yeah.
raw papers. I have just regular tips, but if you need me to cut it to a certain shape to make it happen, I
You
can
can
do
do that.
it.
Yeah.
And what else we got? We got my flour from Casa Flor, and we have the my tiny electric grinder from Best Way to Smoke.
Ooh,
This is
nice.
their swag, yo. It's this little thing.
I'm
So
liking it.
I'm looking forward to getting it in with you and
Yeah.
figuring out how to
I can give you
it right.
easy. If when you want to get started, I got some
Yeah,
good
yeah,
pointers
yeah.
already. I could already tell some information. I can tell you some information that's going to help a lot. Because you mentioned like
Okay.
overstuffing the joint. You don't want to under stuff or overstuff. And what you should do is get yourself a grinder and then like learn the math, get used to the math. So measure everything out in half gram, 1 gram, 1.5, 2.5, and so on. That way you
Mm,
just always have the exact measurements.
amount. Okay.
Yeah. And then also like learn the size of the papers because that
Oh.
1 gram or the 1.5 gram, there's only so much that can fit in the paper. So like a normal 1 1/4 paper,
Okay. I
just
got
to
the
get
long
started.
boys,
The long ones, is it the raw? Is it the slim?
the king size classics.
All right. I would
Yeah,
probably
slim.
do,
Yeah.
see, those are something to think about too. I would
They're too
recommend if you're
long.
starting, no, I would recommend the extra wide because the wide is easier to roll with when you're getting started because
Okay.
those slims are nice if you're really good. But otherwise you can overstuff it or understuff it and then they do look like the Cheetos, like you said. So just when you're
I
getting
want to
started,
show you. I
yeah.
want to roll one real quick and show you how my they were so bad. My homegirl Candy. I don't know if you know who Candy is. Kaya Lovely is on Instagram. Candy, she was the one who would make fun of me and my my Cheeto rolling, and I'm like, I'm gonna get better. Watch, and I am. I'm better. Um I've been watching Alex from High Street Pharmacy, the way that he rolls his big joints, and I watched for a little while. I watched what's her name? Savage. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
forgot her
she's
name.
great.
This
Savage, she
cool blonde
created
with
those. Yeah.
glasses, looking the coolest chick. Uh, and so while we're at the events and I see them doing their thing, I'm paying attention. But it doesn't matter. It's not magic. I can't just magically
It's a lot.
make it
There's a little bit of everything, right? It's math, a little bit of talent, some work,
I'm gonna have to learn that
magic.
math part. I didn't think it that far off that I would need to learn
Yeah,
what a
you
gram
do.
looks like. So
Yeah,
so you're
because you
telling me
get a
like to
visual.
learn the amount of weed. Is that what you're saying? What it
That's
looks like to
exactly
have a
it.
gram.
Yeah. Maybe you don't really have to learn what it looks like, but just know that it's 1 gram, or a half a gram, because then you know what size paper you're going to use.
Yeah,
That would be best for that. So you don't end up
yeah.
with like an overstuffed one or an understuffed one. So like I'm on a roll 1.5 right now,
Okay. And
but I
I'm gonna
wouldn't do
roll what
that.
I usually roll,
Yeah.
so you can see what
All right.
a joint from mine looks.
And speaking of math, like for example, I got these tips. The one I'm gonna use is this one here. These organic tips.
Hey,
I say
well,
close so I
the
can
name of
get.
the company is Organa,
Yeah,
right? They're the ones with the wooden
organic
tips.
tips. Yep, organic tips. But
Okay.
this is a 13 millimeter.
That's a
So
thick
you got
boy.
it. Yeah. So it probably wouldn't. It would work on that slim, but it'd be really hard to roll or harder to roll, and it would be trickier. But because I used the extra wide paper, I'll see if you. I don't know if you can see how much more paper I have
Oh,
to work with,
yeah.
right?
I
So
didn't
it's
even
gonna
know
be
that
easier.
existed.
Yeah. So look
And I've
from
been
just
smoking for some time. I didn't know that extra wide was, I know bigger or longer, but I didn't know that wider
yeah, and
was a thing.
there's all kinds of different sizes. Even the 1 1/4s, they're shorter in length, but they are wider, so you can fit them around the 13 millimeter.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
I got some from Coastal Sun. The these are little though, right? What size is this?
This is 1 1/4. Yeah, but it fits the diameter kind of okay.
Okay. So
So
it'll
see
be like
that
a
way
shorty.
exactly. That way,
Okay.
in my mind, I already know I'm gonna roll a 1.5 with a king size wide with a 13 mm tip. So I already know what it's
Say
gonna look
those
like.
numbers. Say
You
your
see what I'm
numbers.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
1.5 on the
Like get
elements
me
wide with a
excited. That get
13
me excited,
millimeter, right?
Omar.
And so if you know what that means, you already visualize it, and I already know the process that it takes to make that specific size. So once you do the repetition, it becomes like second nature, and your muscle memory kicks in. After a while, you can kind of eyeball what 1.5 looks like, and you'll know exactly what to grab to make
What
it
you
perfect.
need.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's why you're the man.
Oh, thank you. And
That's
you
right.
did mention you were worried about over grinding. You shouldn't worry about over grinding because I think
Yes, because sometimes it's like pulverized. I've gotten joints, I've bought joints or have been given joints sometimes that when I open it, because it gets stuck, I start trying to, I light it to pull and it won't pull. So I just open it and try to re-roll it, mixed with some other stuff, but it's just dust.
it's that, yeah, if you don't want to like pulverize like that, but you do want to get a fine grind. I like a fine grind. But it's also that happens because they overpack it or it's packed too tight. So that's why, you think it's because it's ground fine that it's not pulling so well. It's just because it's too overpacked.
Okay. Is it,
So
I was gonna ask, do you think it's the machines that are packing it, overpacking?
Yeah, that's it. Because
Yeah.
they don't have feelings, right? So they can't feel when it's perfect like we can. So check this out. Speaking of using the flour mill with the extra fine grind screen, so I'm getting nicely fine grind flour.
What's the name of the brand of that grinder?
Flour mill.
Flour mill. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's your favorite. That's what you like.
Yeah, because it comes with the different screens and it gives me the fine grind, and it's just like I've had it since day one, and it hasn't broken or I haven't had any issues, so it's just still there.
That's right. That's right. When it's quality and it lasts.
Funny enough, when I'm at an event and I gotta like leave my table, I grab this. Like this is the only thing I grab and put in my pocket. Everything else I can replace, but this one just I can't.
That's your baby. That's your baby.
So pretty much.
This was the one thing I learned from the first thing that I learned from watching all the rollers in the weed events in LA and California and San Diego and the places I've been to is this top thing, how to close it up like that, like flat.
Yeah. To make the crown.
Right, because I used to make it like I just used to twist it and it'd be like a wick, or you know how it just have like a little stick coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I learned this. Hold on. I learned that. And this is my joint, Omar. See how it's like, it's not.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I really think that a wider tip or a wider paper would help you too. Did you do that with the tip in it or after?
Yeah, I put the tip in and then I do it in.
Cool. That's what I'm going to do
after
too.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to put the tip in after, and I've seen that a million times, and I still can't get it. That just takes
a little bit of practice. It's like the muscle.
Right.
Like I'm holding it with one hand, and just kind of. This is where that muscle memory kind of kicks in because I've done it so many times.
Them 10,000 hours come to play, baby.
Right, and also because the wooden tips are hard, like you can't see through the screen, but I'm actually holding it really, really tight. So not that so like with a paper one you can't because you'll crush it. So it kind of works against you. So because I'm able to hold it tight, I'm able to pull the paper nice and tight. And what I'll do is I will do two things, right? With this hand, well, let me get centered. I will rotate with one hand and then smooth it out with the other. So see if I can get it on the frame. Check it out. So I'm going to pull it.
Watching. That's why yours are cylindrical and mine end up like a cone because I'm rolling my joint like if it was a blunt.
Exactly.
Oh no!
See? And then I got the glue guard glue because
Kelly guards, glue guard. Don't spit. Don't use spit, which I just did. Sorry.
If I smoke for myself or roll for myself, then I'll lick it. But I never share or roll for anyone unless it's with glue because it's gross in a way. Germs.
Oh yeah. The times and growing up.
Yeah.
Because I like sharing as well, but it's sometimes where it's like I don't know you all, and I'll end up saying like you can keep it. I'll be like you can keep it. Go ahead, you can keep it.
I'm good. Like I've had enough.
Like, you know what? You can keep it.
You know what? I was so excited about being able to grip this tip so tight that I actually ripped the paper. So watch out for that.
Hey, that's right.
Don't be afraid to
I don't
start
mind a
over.
mistake. I like a. That's right. I like a mistake. I like a. What is it? A chance.
Accountability.
A chance. Yeah, a chance
Honestly,
to do better. To do it again. To do better. To be a human
yeah,
being. It's nothing wrong with that part.
it happens all the time, and always when you're
I'm
live.
watching you. I'm watching you. Right. Mira, when I was just recently, I got the chance to interview Exhibit, and I did, my microphone didn't work right at the moment that I
Of
went to talk
course.
to him.
Oh no.
Like right as soon as we said, I put the mic. He's like, "Is the mic not working?" I'm like, "No."
Oh no. Did you recover from
So
it?
real fast,
Yeah. See, there you go.
real fast, and
Perfect.
he kept going with the same energy, and we got our interview, and I had one of my homegirls lift the audio, and it sounds really bad, but
You got
we
it.
move
You fixed
forward.
it.
Yeah,
Good job.
we move forward. So you're not holding it that hard this time,
No, I'm not
but we're
holding it this
doing.
hard this time. Yeah.
But you have your technique. You're telling me is a twist.
With one hand you twist to roll it, and the other one you. So what I'm gonna do with this hand? So don't be afraid to make a mess. Like it's still okay because you can put whatever you drop or falls out back in after. Because I like to massage it outward this way. Because what I'm doing is I'm shaping it perfectly cylindrical, and if something falls out, it's okay because I'll put it back in or I can pack it. So see now I'm going to rotate with one hand and straighten it with the other, and there we go. Got it, like a perfectly cylindrical one. So I'll put some more of this glue.
That's so wild. I don't want to make Cheetos no more. And the homie's on her way from New Jersey, and if I can show her that I am no longer a Cheeto girl, she's gonna freak out. Okay,
So
let me try.
I haven't finished yet because it's still
Yeah.
very loose on the top, which is okay.
Okay.
All right, because I'm gonna tap it on the rolling tray a few times to kind of compress it down. With gravity.
Am I able to make cylindrical a little joint like with my tips that I have? I am. Okay, so I'm gonna try again. I was just showing you my upgraded Cheeto, which is what I do every day. But I'm about to upgrade my life with Omar's lessons.
No more Cheetos. Let me show you guys a quick tip too. Like with these Caligar glue stick pens, I use it to pack it.
No, the same size. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Because these are actually, I think they're 12 millimeter in size.
Where is mine? I have like 4 of them.
You know, so look at that. Oh, it's perfectly cylindrical. Nice and clean.
Mira para allá. That's beautiful.
And I'll show you how I do that crown because you were talking about doing the crown on the top. So what I like to do is I packed it, but I packed it gently. You don't want to overdo it. And the reason you like to grind it fine is because there's very little tiny air pockets, so you get a hotter, smoother burn. But when you close this up, you got to be careful not to squeeze the top. So just wrinkle the paper and gently twist it because you don't want to squeeze, because then you won't get a nice clean crown.
Okay.
Move it back.
See, I used to leave it like that. You know what you just did? And then I just burn it down like if it was a candle.
You could do that, but look at, you should have a toolkit. Remember I was saying you have a scale, a grinder, a packer, scissors.
I need a scale. I need some scissors. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it with this.
Get in front of the camera. See how it's rounded?
Yeah.
I actually just use the same cap.
Go ahead, Cali guards.
Push it down gently.
Have you showed them that? Do they know that you use their tool like as part of? Yeah.
Yeah, and look at that. Perfectly cylindrical. I don't want to say that I'm the one that started doing this, but I do want to say that once I started doing it, everybody started.
It would
on camera at least, because
Yeah. Because we have little things that we do, but when you show it, able to show it, then people can try to imitate. Okay, I'm gonna try to do the little one and do a cylindrical. This is gonna be my first time.
Perfect. And these little pokers are great too. So have something to pack it down with.
I got one.
Yeah.
Mira que lindo. Mira que lindo. Y'all saw that? You saw it? Mira. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna try to do a cylindrical perfectly round joint without the machine.
You could do that too,
Uh,
because you could do it
are you
when you
left-handed?
use the. I'm right-handed actually.
Okay, okay, so it's my camera.
I might be like mirrored or something.
Right,
I don't
right,
know.
right. That's why I asked. No, you did.
There's
Okay, I
also
got the thing.
it could
Uh-huh.
be easier to roll it, put the tip in after if you're using a paper tip, because what you can do is you can just roll the joint and then gently pack both ends, and
Right.
whichever end is the smallest. What I like to do is let me see. I'll show you with my. Let's get closer here. I have these little packs of tips,
Oh, the element
like little
tips,
paper
yeah.
tips, yeah. But I get these skewers that I steal. I mean, I borrow wherever I find them, right? And then I roll it around
Yeah.
like this, so you get that
To
little
give it
tip.
shape.
But what happens is
Ah,
when you
yeah.
insert it into the paper or into the joint like this, it expands. So see, if you
Yeah.
roll it small, it'll hold itself in
It
place. It's
fills up
easier
the
to roll.
hole.
Exactly. So it's
Hey.
and
Okay,
it works
okay.
better when you have smaller paper.
Wait, but then the inside though, but then you need something in the inside, right?
Yep. You grab another one since there's the same dimension and just kind of fold it up a little bit to pack back in there, and it'll create a little mini filter. Yeah.
It's the genius, just the
I'll show
genius.
you. Yeah. So basically, that same little circle right here that I
Yeah,
made earlier, I would just grab
yeah.
another one and just kind of fold it. It doesn't
Uh-huh,
have to be
uh-huh.
pretty, but fold it up
Yeah, yeah.
and just pack it right back in, and then you have a kind of a makeshift
Done.
filter. Yeah.
That's right.
There's lots of different
That's
ways
right.
to
We
do it.
learned that. You saw that, y'all. Okay. And I'm over here still trying to get this. I'm being so gentle. I'm being so
That's
gentle.
good. No, that's good. It's like art,
I'm be
like you're
I
painting,
ha
right? Or
I have
it's fast.
a bad habit of wanting things fast. So my patience is something I'm working on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. We're spinning, we're twisting. I'm twisting with the hand, see?
There you go. All right.
Okay. It's not going too bad. Okay, uh now I seal it, right?
Yep.
Okay, and it's just me in the
Glue or
house.
no glue. Yep. So it's all good. And then
Okay.
just gently run your finger along the gum line 2 or 3 times to make sure it sticks. And then on your table, just kind of tap it down. That way the gravity compresses it. And then with the packer, just at the other end, just pack it just so it resists a little bit gently. You'll feel it kind of pushing back, and then you're ready. Easy.
Oh my gosh.
I'll roll another one real quick here.
I think I'm doing it. I think I'm doing it, Omar. Mira qué lindo. Look at that. Mira.
Look at that. See?
This is
Bam.
not the
That's
same
clean,
joint.
yo. No, look at that. Wow. See? Night and day. So close up
Mira
the
para
top
allá. I keep going. Oh,
a little
I want
bit.
to fill that up some more, right?
Oh, yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, if you want, keep adding more, or if you're happy with
I'd
it.
like a little more. I'd like it
Yeah.
a little bit longer. Since I packed it down a little bit, it compressed some. Okay, and we're going
Yep.
back. This is amazing. Ha! It's such a difference in just one try. Mira lo que hace, the
Already that.
paciencia, the
See that?
patience,
Look
and
at
the
that.
knowledge.
Yep. And it's gonna
Okay,
burn nicely.
let me close it up. Let me close it up.
Cool.
This, and then
So you got it.
we're gonna hit
Sounds
it.
like I
and see
gotta
that.
send you all some of these tips. And it sounds like you need to learn how to get some organic tips. I use the
Yes,
glass ones too. I like them both. I just happen to have the organic tips on deck here.
of course. I love a glass tip. It makes me feel fancy.
They are.
But when I
They're
use
nice.
the wooden tips, and there's these other tips that I saw at the Farmer's Cup that were biodegradable, and that you can use them up to 10 times. So there's all these new
Yeah.
gadgets. Okay, here we go. So now we do this, and you said don't squeeze the top, just
Don't
crush
squeeze the
the
flour.
paper.
Just crush the paper and twist it till it gets right to the top of the flour.
Okay.
Tightly, and then if you have scissors, just cut it. Otherwise, you could light it up.
I think I have some. I want to cut it because I want to do the top thing, the crown. You called it a crown.
A crown, yeah. I like doing that
yeah.
because it does help it light evenly and then burn evenly for a longer time. It makes a difference. You don't want to get a
That's what
run.
I'm talking about. Where is my scissors? She just when I need it, it's not there, but that's okay. We're gonna be a little organic here, and just I'm gonna use my teeth
All good.
like a good Puerto Rican girl.
All right, I'm gonna roll another one, and I'm gonna take my time. All right, do it slow.
Mira, I did it. I cut it, and then I. Now, how do I not squeeze the top and give it a crown? What am I doing?
You can still do that because I'll bring this one up. Let's see. I'm not squeezing it. I'm just gently holding it, but I'm putting pressure down with the packer. And then like, see my thumb here? It's resting on the edge of the tip. So I'm using it to help me shape it. Squeeze down. Just gently do it.
Okay, you're watching this live, y'all. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing soft. Try not to squeeze. Using my thumb.
What I also recommend that I see people don't do is when you take the paper out of the packet, get that crease out or press it down.
Yeah.
Because if you leave it, it leaves a little groove of air, and then once it starts burning, it'll create a run. So you'll get that
that makes sense.
Right.
It canoes because there's air along that one little line. I thought I was using it as to my benefit. Like I thought I was using that groove to help me keep the weed right in that space.
No.
But it's actually to my detriment.
Working against you. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got it, Omar. Mira para allá. Okay, look.
So you're a pro.
I'm a pro.
Yeah.
What the heck? Wait till I show the homie.
Just a little. Look at that. Yeah. See, already huge. And if you do it a couple more times, then you won't even think about it anymore. It'll just happen naturally.
Y'all see that? That's a difference. This is a different joint. This is nice. I'm proud of me.
Me too.
I'm good. I can go to sleep today. I'm done.
Call it a day.
I did it. I did my accomplishment. Look at that. Right. I'm gonna light it up to see how it
That sounds like a plan. I'm gonna roll this one up and light it up.
That's right. How much is there an amount that you think that is preferable to use of the
well
of the glue?
The way that I roll, of the glue. Yes, you don't want to overdo it. You just enough to make sure you see it like glisten back. Like if you look at it correctly in the angle, you should be able to see that it's wet. But you don't want to overdo it because that might be why I ripped the other one because it oversaturated and it made it soft. So
yeah, I don't like a wet joint. I really don't like a wet blunt.
You should probably just like practice. After a little bit, you'll start to get the hang of how much glue works and doesn't.
I gave it some time of practice, but like I said, I'm working on my patience. We're working on my patience. Mira para allá, this is beautiful.
Pack it down with the cap from the glue. So back to measurements. This is a 1.5, 1.5. Because the way that I roll is the way that I roll. So I roll for you the way I would smoke. But this is the most that I can tolerate before my throat hurts and before it starts to taste gross after a while. And also, I don't like wasting. So what I hate going to sessions and you just see ashtrays full of like half smoked joints and it just goes to waste. So for me, what I call a personal is a 1.5 because I'll finish this thing in one sitting. But if I am at a session, then I will bump it up to 2 or 2.5 because then we'll pass it around and then there's going to be more to do. So I would say for personal, 1.5 is good. For a session, 2 and up.
I'm learning.
So check that out. I just rolled this bad boy up.
Mira para allá. Mira para allá.
I try not to get any crumbs in the paper. I try to make sure we get that nice straight line. You can probably see it.
Is the tip gonna come out loose, or does it stay close?
It doesn't because you remember how I said I can grip it. When I was rolling it, I was holding it tight, and I pulled the paper. I kept that grip when I twisted it, so it's nice and tight.
Mira para allá.
Nice. Pop out. So yeah, And because I use
Nice.
a little bit of the glue, sometimes you can cheat and put a tiny drop of glue in there before you roll
Yeah,
it.
that's
And
what I
really
thought, like
helps.
that you might have done, but no, it's
Yeah,
just the grace of your fingers.
yeah, because you as long as you can hold it tight without ripping the paper, then you're gonna be all right.
Oh my gosh, I did it. I made a joint that's not a Cheeto.
Has anybody seen my lighter? Is it
I don't see it from here. Hey,
so lighting it?
you said torch.
There's a technique for lighting too, but
Okay,
I know yours is not a problem, but
I can light
I
the other
do.
one.
There you go. See if you can see it. I'm gonna burn the
Mhm.
cap off because then it burns up. So let's see. I'll show you.
So you use the cap of the
I
crown like a candle wick.
kind of. Well, I gently touch the fire along the top of the crown.
So much patience.
See that?
Yeah.
Because then it just comes off if I did it correctly. Boom. Right.
Oh,
So see how like
okay.
perfectly that is? So now I'm gonna light
Yeah.
it evenly and perfect so it will burn. That's how you get that nice rosin ring.
That was a trick.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun with it. Like most of the stuff you don't really need to do, but you should.
Yeah, that
It's
was
fun.
a trick. That's like magic. That's like
And
little magic.
see how long I'm taking to light it?
Yeah, patience.
You gotta make sure it's evenly, well, let me,
The
evenly
word of the day
lit.
is patience.
Patience.
Patience. Slow
Yeah.
down. Slow down, Miraida.
So I'll take my time. Once I see it's all nicely glowing, then I'll take long, gentle hits. You do have to do gentle because then you'll start to create a run.
Right.
So,
And you said you had when you started on it, when you put your stuff on Etsy, how long ago was that?
oh man, it was like, I'll say the middle of last year. I just decided, I actually had a lot of guidance and some advice from Doobie Diva Estrella. She's the bomb. Shout out to you because she gave me the guidance and she was like, dude, you should have an Etsy shop. It should look like this. You got
Ooh,
to do this,
women.
this, and that. Yeah. And so
That's
I
right.
like at her service because like I'm at where I'm at. I give her a lot of credit for that. So it blew up. And then, of course, you see my logo. That's my homie, Michael Muranaka. Shout out to Michael Muranaka. He
I
made
love
my,
your logos.
I know, and he does them. He's the best. I just describe kind of what I have in mind, and he just draws it. He's been great too because he's been helping me with my media, everything, all my graphics, all my logos, and we're gonna get a website
Maybe
going.
you can make another one. I need a
Yeah,
logo that's just a Miraida logo
yep.
because I
See,
have the
you gotta
MeMe
hit a book.
show. I wouldn't mind. Yeah. I've been using Fiverr. Even though I make things on I do video edits and I use
Yep.
CapCut and I know how to use Canva and PixArt, but and to make flyers and do all that stuff. But I still don't know how to. I don't know. It's something about thinking the logo. It seems like it's such a bigger thing, even though it's technically not as much work as I'm putting into video editing time.
Yep.
It's just one image, but for some reason I can't seem to fathom a logo for myself. This was made by a guy in a on Fiverr. So if I can get your guy to make me a Miraida logo, that would be great.
Yep. I'll send them your way.
What's
And
his name
see,
again?
Michael Muranaka. On Instagram, he's
Michael
Muranaka
Moranaka.
Inc. Yeah.
Moranaka Inc. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere on
Oh
my page,
snap.
you'll see. Yeah, he's the man. So between those two, it actually like they inspired me, right? So it evolved from rolling to a business to content creating to events to selling online to my shop, formerrolled.etsy.com, right? So like I encourage everyone to do it. Find something you're good at and make some money doing it.
That part.
Yep.
That part. It's nice though, isn't it nice when you have something great and then people see it and they're like, let's make it bigger, or
Yeah.
we love it. This is some information, not the gatekeeping
Right.
or the watching without, which I find weird. The people that just watch and are like, yeah,
They
no,
never
that they
say
could
anything. They're like
possibly do
this,
something.
right?
Right. I'm new here
Yeah.
too into the media creating stuff. Because if it were for me, I would just do the art.
Right.
and I would hire people to record me, and I would hire people to make the edits, and I would hire people. Um, I just wish that I could just make the art, but yes, it does. There comes a time where you have to learn how to do these things yourself, and
Yeah.
then from that, it grows, and then it becomes where other people, you need to hire the other people to do it.
Yep. And it's cool because like you discover stuff you didn't know you liked. Like for example, when you do have to do everything yourself, I had to take my own pictures. I had to make my own videos, do my own edits. Now I love taking pictures, video editing, syncing sound. Like I'm
It
all
gave
about
the
that now.
confidence. You got it.
Correct. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now I'm excited to produce things, create things.
That's right.
It's I realize now, I think it's just, that's what I love. It's the creating, it's art,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it isn't just rolling joints. It's like marketing, multimedia, running a business,
Branding.
Branding, all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
great,
then sharing. One of my favorite parts of doing the podcast thing. To be honest with you, I'll just, I like to have a vulnerable moment every once in a while. I guess it just comes out. I started the podcasting because I felt lonely in the times that I could not go out to events, and I could not go out to things. And I like meeting people because I like to learn. I always want to know, what can somebody tell me that I don't know? Sometimes it's off the wall shit. Sometimes it's useful shit, but everybody has something to teach. And I couldn't always be out. I'm a mom, I keep my home.
Yeah.
I have my work to do, and I couldn't always be at events and wait for an event. So I'm like, well, maybe I can keep making friends and do what I'm doing as an addition to it by doing a video podcast, and now I've been able to talk to, last week I had a chemical engineer, to talk to the people, right? And he was able to share what from his knowledge and from his education. And then I've had a gentleman who grows mushrooms. I've had a lot of artists. So I was able to do what I wanted to do, which is to still talk to the people from my house.
Yeah.
And have that intermediate place of connection until I can go back outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly kind of what happened here, because I'm in my office. This is my studio. This is actually just the extra bedroom in my house, but it's my office technically. So I hear you, because like I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere ish. So I actually don't know as many people that do this. In fact, in town, I may be the only person that does this. So I often have to go out. But like you said, the internet, I got homies in like Australia, Canada, UK, right? In Thailand, like I'm on live rolling with the homies from Thailand. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's fire. I feel the same way. I'm in Huntington Beach. I'm not in LA anymore. I'm in Huntington Beach, and I haven't, since I moved here, I haven't met a lot of people. The community is very different from what I'm used to. The people, and they're not really much into weed. It's more like meth.
Yeah. See,
and I don't do meth.
Yeah.
So I can't connect there. But I'm like, let me see how I can continue to talk to people and make friends. And this has helped me a lot and helped me not feel so lonely during the week. So I'm not like in an angst to be able to go out and spend the money and do,
Yeah.
So
what's really cool too
great.
is like in California, we can drive up and down the coast, but like even the people that you interact with online, they're at these events, you meet people and I've met them in person, and like it's just like talking to you, right? And then
that's what I'd like, if the people could talk, because I see y'all on my story. If you can talk to me in person.
Yeah, right. Come up and say what's up. But there's
just hey, Mimi, give me a high five, give me a pound, go hey,
anything, right?
Because I see you seeing me. It's like we're not hiding here. So I don't bite.
Right. And then like I see people that like, I'm a fan of a lot of people, and then when I meet them, they're like, "Oh, I'm a fan of yours," and I'm like, "No, I'm a fan of you. What are you talking about?"
Right.
Like,
I like your shit.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
And, there's people that are cool too. Like I do like to show the techniques. The reason I like to show the techniques is because I was helped. Somebody showed me the technique, and it like helped me. Like specifically, I give a shout out to Bruno's Rolls. I'm sure you heard of Bruno's Rolls. He was great enough to let me watch him record or roll, and I asked him if I could record it because there's specific things I didn't know yet, and he was like, "Yep, for sure." So part of my technique is elements from his technique. So I actually have kind of a hybrid from everyone. And it's always
and isn't
evolving.
that the case though of everything? As we grow and we meet people, we learn. That's why I like to learn. We learn different things, or like I can compare it to like back in the day when you're a teenager and you hear the slang, and then it turns into one of the things that you say.
Exactly.
You know, every time you learn something, it's a little part of you that it becomes, and then you exchange that with the little part of you that the other person. And, you know, so hopefully you stick to good people.
Exactly. And speaking of good people, there are some people that are not so cool. I'm not going to name any names, but there was, and even the bad stuff is good in the end, because like somebody told me there is no money in tips. Right. So I was like, oh, damn, you're right. You know, but boy, he was wrong. Right.
Hater.
And yeah, but it made me, oh yeah, I'll show you. And then so I got better. Right. So thank you. Take everything bad or good as a lesson.
Did that make you uncomfortable to have someone tell you about yourself and tell you about you not making money with what you are and what you like to do?
Correct. It did. And it was somebody I admired, mind you. So yeah. I hate when that happens. It's like, how are you gonna? Cool.
It's almost like it's a judgment. I feel like it's a judgment. It's a judgment. But this past weekend, this past weekend, someone told me, oh, if you got negative comments in your stuff and you're in the internet, or if people are coming for you, that must be that you're doing something right.
Yeah, I think
because now they're looking for a different clout through your stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think I offer clout. I try to stay like this, Omar, like
neutral, right?
First person, teach me something. I'm a vessel, whatever comes through me and whatever I can receive and share. This is insane. Oh, you said, okay, so you're on Etsy. Say your Etsy store name again.
It's omarrolledit.etsy.com.
Okay. And then you have 2 Instagrams. Why? One for boys, one for girls?
Yes and no. There's a lot going on between that. So yes, right. So I have 2 pages. One of them is my main page, and I started getting reported a lot, and I get all those Instagram warnings. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a backup page. And I thought I'll make some content for both. And then I asked Michael Bornaco, my bro, to make me a logo, because I like to make the pink stuff. It's cool, right? Like, so I have 2 pages, and it inadvertently kind of blew up. It was just my backup page. So now I have the 2. I have the pink logo and the green and blue logo.
Yeah. And
I do separate the content. The pink one is where I channel my inner stoner baddie, right? So, and share that with everybody, and they've all been great.
And you do great at curating that, because I feel it.
And shout out to all the stoner baddies out there for welcoming
that's
me
right.
That community, right? So
when
that's what that page
something that which is funny to me, when a man makes something that makes me feel more feminine. Like, oh, okay, sir. Right? Your feminine side is vibing with my identity. Yeah.
And I gotta give a huge shout out to my daughter, because everything is Hello Kitty here, right? So we're just in an ocean of Hello Kitty stuff, so I can't escape it. So I embraced it, right?
That's right.
So
but that's cute that you knew how to make a tip out of it, though. I'm gonna find it and show it on here.
The Hello Kitty tip. I don't have any ready. I didn't have any ready right here.
What's the last design that you made?
Probably that
you made up. That one?
That I made up. I would say probably the flowers, the sunflower. I made a really cool, like, intricate sunflower. I think I did that. I mean, it's people can make similar ones, but that's my latest.
The flowers
creation.
Are pretty. Yeah, your flowers are very pretty.
Nice. They're really nice. I'm like sometimes like, wow, I impressed myself. That's a really cool one. So yeah, the flowers
it's such a nice experience. Like, I'm excited to be able to experience that. I'm gonna put in an order for just I guess I don't know if you have like a package where you have all the different kinds or something. Maybe you can make like a different packages to try new things, or if you just want one kind, or I wish I could get to try it, because then I can try my talent at rolling the different sizes, and it's so freaking cute.
It makes the experience fun, right? So they're not necessary, but it's just fun. It's especially in a group setting. You'll be able to have a lot more fun. Your mood is elevating before you even smoke it.
Yeah.
Right. So it just kind of adds to the overall experience. So
yeah, because you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you enjoy it. I'll ask you one more thing or two, and then we'll go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you so much. I can't believe I did this.
That looks perfect.
You see that? Hold on. This is different.
Yep.
This may look like a fatty, but this is like me rolling a joint like a cone. I mean, me rolling a joint like a blunt.
Right.
That's what I've been doing.
There's different techniques. Exactly. That might be it. So learn different ways to do like different sizes, different papers, always have a different technique.
So my last question is going to be, now that you've catapulted, you're beyond the stepping stone.
Yeah, thank you.
What and if you could share with us, because I think it's a personal question, what's your current long-term goal? Because I know we see all these little things, but we have something that we're trying to reach. Not really, why are you doing this, but what's one of your long-term goals? Like, I want to fill in the blank. I want, like, I wanted when I was a kid to be on TV. So
my long-term goal is to have this be a complete full shop. Everything, like the Omar Rolled It brand, I want it to be just a shop, like raw or whatever, organic tips, flour mill, Omar Rolled It, with my site, with all my products. And I want to transition into operating a business.
Yeah.
That's what it's honestly, that's the ultimate goal, to run the website, a full-blown business with products.
Are you hiring rollers right now? Are you hiring tip creators right now? Like, where's that?
Not yet. I'm actually I'm a one-man team right now, and I make each one of these by hand, one at a time. So right now, I don't want to lose that magic,
the touch.
Yeah, because if I mass produce, then they're not, handmade. But so I got to figure something out. But all by hand, one-man team, and eventually,
some people may want certain things rolled by different people. Like, you could have these tips featuring so-and-so's roll, so they know, these are the tips that so-and-so rolled, and something like that. Like, I wouldn't featuring so-and-so.
That's actually a good idea. Right now, what I do is I do collaborations. I'll make a large amount for specific brands to launch. But once I start going more, I do have people in mind that I trust, that I would 100% share the secret sauce with, that I know could make that happen. So I think
that's right.
Finding the right people, then I can make it bigger. But the goal is to just ship them out everywhere, and you're gonna know what it is when you see it.
That's right.
Omar Rolled It tip.
Omar Rolled It. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Omar, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your love. And mira, the word of the day was patience.
Patience, exactly.
When I finish here, I got to take a moment to breathe, because I know I've been holding my breath, just trying to keep the excitement of, oh my God, there he is, and he's doing the thing that I've been watching on the thing. Yeah.
So
I'm
patience,
a fan.
Do the math, and get all the tools, and just keep practicing. That's the secret.
Thank you. Thank you, Omar. That was the MeMe Show, y'all. Go ahead and follow. Go to Etsy, buy his product. If you're a company that's looking for a company that you want to build up, this man has everything already that's needed, plus knowledge to share that he can multiply and replicate. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you, Omar. Bye, y'all. That's the MeMe Show.